I think people have certain humor because of their characters and not necessarily because only of a social condition. So you could also come from a very free of occupation and despair condition and be very funny, sometimes also from the upper classes. I don't think humor is class oriented, but a certain humor in a social setting comes from a sense of ghettoization, a sense of despair, and certainly that humor is what we call the black humor, the irony, etc., etc. Yes, absolutely, I totally agree. Now, I might be a combination of both, but I wouldn't sustain the statement as only vis-a-vis myself, but vis-a-vis a phenomenon.
But in fact, 3 films in this festival, they have actually drawn my attention because they come from humor under oppression. The 2 Romanian films and your film. Mm-hmm. You think oppression is particularly fertile for the development of this particular kind of humor?
It's very, very difficult to judge, actually, if this is the case or not. I mean, I would say that the humor of a ghetto, for instance, stems partially from the necessity to extend time and to gain time, often vertically. So if you know that you have a certain amount of time that you can sustain yourself in despair, whether it's a constant or whether it's before being taken to the gallows, one way to expand your life at this moment would be actually to poeticize, and there's a lot of poetry in the humor as well, and you take on that dimension of time, you know, that make you live a better moment, a longer moment, or let's say an unidentified in terms of its measure of time. And I think the space of cinema has that capacity to enhance such moments of humor, you know, especially because also humor needs a particular, let's say, attentivity to tempo, punchline, the gag, the repetition. It's part of a musicality, and we have to be extremely attentive to it. You have to really listen to the musicality of where it has to come, in which precise moment it will work for you, and if it works for you, you should have that faith that it does for the person who is watching the movie.